Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're down at the garden center because I want to show you the most beautiful load of houseplants ever. I think this might be one of my favorite loads of houseplants I've seen in a while, at least. There are some varieties that came in that I haven't actually seen before, taken care of before. Some varieties I haven't seen in a really long time. It was just a wonderful load. I was here a couple of days ago as they were starting to check in these plants. They were all in a back room area, and I thought, oh, I need to come down here once you guys have everything displayed and out, so that's out where it's brighter. I wanted to come down and show you what's down here. And I already grabbed several of these houseplants. They're at home already. So it's likely you will see some of these show back up in videos as I get them potted and placed around the house. It's just a really fun time of year. Like today is the first, well, actually yesterday afternoon was the first afternoon that felt like, oh boy, it's going to start getting cold here pretty soon. It just was super windy. It's really chilly today. Like I have to wear a sweater and wear it all day long instead of taking it off in the afternoon like we usually do early fall. So once that kind of starts setting in, I start thinking a little bit more about houseplants when I have kind of abandoned them all through the spring and summer months because I'm so focused on everything outside. But now we can start refocusing on inside stuff and making our inside areas pretty. So I'm just going to start at the front door here and we're going to make our way around the store. Did I mention it's Sunday? They're closed today, so we have the whole place to ourselves. All right, so I'm standing right inside the front door. This is the main counter right there. We've done some tours through here before. And then this area to my left, I'm going to be really careful. Try not to move the camera around too fast so I don't make any of you guys sick. I do that on occasion, I apologize. This area used to be offices. My dad's desk was here. There was another couple of desks in here and like pump parts. It was kind of a very lightly used area. So they decided to kind of redo it and make it store, and it's just wonderful over here. You can see all the bulbs there. They added another counter to kind of help with nursery traffic. That's an entrance that wasn't there that leads out to the garden center portion. So, or the outdoor center, I guess you could call it. But anyway, I guess let's just start right here with the plants that we see right on the floor. Right away, you notice the Sansevieria, the mother-in-law's tongue. Super great plant for a beginner, really striking structure, and really super duper forgiving. They're a wonderful plant. I'm going to have to check some of the tags, I think, for some of these. I think this is it a Fatsia, something like that. Yeah, spiderweb is what this one's called. Look at that. I don't know a ton about this type of houseplant right here. I think I didn't grab one of these, and maybe I should, because look at how beautiful the leaves are. They've got some light white variegation right there. Really pretty structure. There's a couple more right there. And as we go down this way, there's some Calatheas. So quite a few Calatheas came in this shipment. So the name of this one, I can't actually pronounce. I'm not sure. So there it is, right there. Calatheas were kind of a mystery plant for me for a while. Like it took me a little while to figure out what they wanted exactly. And once I put them in a spot that was really bright, so not direct light because that can burn the leaves, but really bright spot. And then just made sure to kind of keep their soil fairly moist, not ever soggy, but fairly moist. Let it dry out a tiny bit in between, but really keep them on a good schedule. That's when I started having more success with them. But aren't those beautiful? Such bold texture and beautiful markings. Is that what you call them? Markings, pattern, whatever. I love that. It almost has like a ginkgo look right in here, shape. And it appears that there's a couple varieties of Sansevieria here. I think that the 3 on the end here and maybe this one are the same. And then there's a few right here that are the same. So these have more yellow variegation on the edge. These don't have that yellow, but more of a heavy silver pattern. They're both beautiful. There's a Schefflera right there. Got some Caladiums here on the ground. These are from Proven Winners. There is the Heart to Heart Lemon Blush right here. And then this one is Rose Glow. So if you've planted Caladiums outside either in the ground or in containers, you can dig them up or repot them or just bring in the containers you have them in and treat them as a houseplant. Highlight, really moist soil is what they want. And then there's some Aurelias. These are a Fabian stump Aurelia. They also like bright indirect light. They probably love their life right in this spot here. There's a door south side of the building there. So they're getting a ton of bright light, but you can see there's no sun on them. And the sun is out. So that's a great spot. And also consistently moist soil on this one to keep them really happy, but not soggy. of course. I never am really sure if I love the plants that are on big stumps like that. Like, I don't know. They have their place, I guess. I bought one similar to this. I'll show you as soon as we come across it. Got a few Hoyas right up here. These are really pretty. Super easy plant to take care of. Really light silver variegation or speckling there. And right down here, there's another Calathea called Rufa Barba. So this one, very different from the Calathea we just looked at, more of a slender leaf, kind of ruffly. So the light catches the leaves really beautifully, making them look like they're multiple colors of green when they're really not. It's just that the light's shining off of different parts of their leaves. So pretty. I think the stems on this one, if my memory serves, are like a red color. Purple. Yeah, look at that. Got a nice peacock right there. Ooh, those are pretty. Look at those. Ooh, so are these. Oh, those are flower shed material, aren't they? Beautiful. Oh, I like that wreath too. Dang. So many new things I haven't even seen yet. And in this area, look how cute. The watering cans with the bright pink cyclamen. And more Sansevieria there, right behind them. And I'm noticing a few mixed planters here and there, just a mix of house plants. Another variety of Hoya right here, a lot heavier variegation. So this one is a Crimson Princess. Has a little bit of a pink look. Is that just maybe on new growth? It looks like. The new growth has that little deeper color. It's pretty. And right here there's some Fittonia. This is a pink variety, so it's pink variegation, and this is a red, which is just like a deeper pink to me. I used to kill these plants all the time, and now I've had one in a mixed container that's survived for over a year now, so super happy with that. I think the trick is just to keep these consistently moist and not let them dry out. My dad and Benjamin just ran a bunch of errands, so they're going to be coming through that door any minute. But the window, you guys, how fun is that? Look at all of those beautiful plants, peperomias. There's some pothos, ferns. Hey, oh, what did Papa get for you?
He just got me a toy.
A taxi cab?
Yeah, I just got chocolate in case I eat it.
That's awesome. Oh, and a Happy Meal? Benjamin got some spoiling, huh? There's also some more Hoyas down there. There's also spider plants. I love how curly this one is. This is a Bonnie. This is the perfect area to display these two. So this window does face west. So typically, like it would see the hottest part of the day and really bright sun. But there is a pergola right outside that helps provide a little bit of protection from that really intense sun. So it keeps plants very happy. Okay, moving to the other side of the room. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take us so long. You guys, there's so many to look at. There's Marantas right over here. This variety is called Lemon Lime. Aren't those beautiful? So like clearly not an ideal place to put plants, but there's so many plants here that as like plants leave and go to new homes, they'll take plants out of locations like this and display them in more bright areas. There's also some beautiful money trees right here. Money trees are really easy to take care of. And then Dracaenas, this is a Dracaena Marginata, I think. Yeah, so it's got a little bit of red in there, a little like reddish pink. Super easy care on both of these. Then a few more Aurelias here, which are very different than the Fabian stump we just looked at. These are a Ming stump. So they have the same kind of structure down below. Give it a spin, you can see thicker stems, but really fine leaf texture. A few more Hoyas and Crotons down there. There's some really pretty fall things too, and fresh seeds for 2022. There's a beautiful ficus right there, and oh, Begonia Maculata. I bought one of these. My mom bought one too. There's only 3 left. Aren't they so beautiful? It has been a long time since I saw one, so I just saw it and I thought, oh, I gotta get one of those for the heart leaf. So beautiful. Oh, there's some Mammy Crotons right there. And as faux garlands go, I think this one's really pretty. And then kind of spinning around from this area, going toward the window, there's more Calatheas up there. These are a beautiful one. What variety is this? I knew it was a Calathea from afar. Look at how gorgeous. This is Lancifolia. Look at how gorgeous. That looks almost not real, but it is. So beautiful. And then Nephthyitis, right? Or these are called white butterfly. Is that the common name? Gosh, I've been out of the houseplant game for a while. Like this used to be my job. Like I did a ton of houseplant ordering and I took care of them. But it's just been so long. Makes it hard to remember all the exact varieties. There's a couple of pothos called Enjoy. I think I've got one of these at home. Some beautiful healthy ficus right down there. Another pothos on top of the bulbrack. These are a Calathea called Setosa. I really just need to like line all the Calatheas up so we can see how different each one is. So this one grows taller, clearly, longer stems, more vase-shaped, and more of a silver leaf with green veining, and green all the way around the exterior. The thing I love about all these plants, there's no burn on any of them. Typically, I see like little burn spots on the ends. These are so healthy. Peperomia, called red margin, right here. Glossy, thick leaves, super easy to care. And these are a Tenanthe Leberciana. Really interesting leaf pattern here. So deep green with the kind of creamy yellow. Interesting shape too. They're almost rectangular, like long and kind of flat on the ends. Really interesting looking plant. Here is the Aurelia Ming Gold Bonsai. So again, you have the stump on the bottom. I actually bought one of these because the one I bought was a little bit more filled in. It looked like kind of a round topiary almost, and I thought that would be so pretty on our coffee table or something. It's such almost like a parsley. Doesn't it look kind of like parsley a little bit, but variegated? I thought it was so interesting. I haven't had one of these before. So wish me luck. Hopefully I don't kill it. Then there's the favorite part of the store for me. That's the bulk seed bins right there. Here are some Maranta Greens. I like it when I can see the growth structure. Like these have more stiff stems that are a little bit more upright, a little bit more open and airy, really interesting markings right there. Diffenbachia compacta. These live forever. Super easy to take care of. They like to dry out a little bit between watering, and they can tolerate fairly low light situations. And over in this window, there are some Philodendron Brazil. I've always liked this one quite a bit. I like the way the leaves are shaped, and I like the interesting stripe down them. It looks so unique. Okay, so we're gonna move to this area over here, which is probably one of the more difficult ones to keep plants happy because there's no window really nearby, so it's kind of a darker corner. So these usually get moved out to more bright situations as there is more room that opens up. But you can see there's more Calathea, Rufa Barbas, which are larger than the ones we looked at up front. Now these are a Syngonium called Roxanne. Yes. They almost have like an antique-y vintage vibe to me. Their coloring is beautiful. Kind of that mauve pink in the center. The shiny, glossy look to their leaves, the creamy green. Just a really beautiful combination. Then there are some huge, beautiful golden pothos, another Dracaena over there, some ficus, burgundy ficus right there. These are also really easy care, beautiful color. And neon pothos, if you need a bright pop of color, this is the plant for you. Look at that. It's so bright, especially when you put it up against that ficus right there. Gorgeous. And then a medium green color here with the Ficus Audrey. Isn't that beautiful? Really thick, kind of soft, velvety leaves. I've not ever cared for one of these before. And I don't think I picked one up. I might need to take one of these home. All right, guys, now we're heading into the actual plant room, believe it or not. We've already seen so many beautiful ones, but we are greeted by the sun ray Dracaenas right here in the entryway. So these have very interesting stripes here. Center has dark green, flanked by chartreuse, flanked by dark green, flanked by burgundy striping on the edge. And then golden pothos again hanging there on either side. I'm not even sure how to go about touring this room. I guess just one area at a time. Let's start with this corner right here. Beautiful ficus there at differing levels. I really like all the containers here. They all are really neutral and the perfect size, but I do like this little pop of the robin's egg blue mixed in. These are like cash pots, like you can just pop a plant right down in their original container. No repotting required. Diffenbachia right here called Camille. This is one of the, I don't know if we did this in a vlog, but my mom and I picked this stand up at an antique store one time. Fairly recently, like in the last few years, I think. In this center display here, look at all the color and texture. Oh, so pretty. The ground level, we've got Pilea, that's beautiful, round leaves. Isn't that interesting? Like almost perfectly round there. Kind of thick and waxy. Rex Begonias right above, which these are one of my favorite houseplants because there are so many varieties and they're all beautiful. They have the most interesting leaves, they bloom, and they really can take a lot of abuse. They don't need a ton of water, they don't need a ton of light, they're just wonderful, and they provide a lot of color. There's more of the neon pothos, but just in a smaller size. This is a philodendron called Lickety Split. It's a perfect name. Isn't that amazing? Look at these leaves, they're massive. Huge. Some bonnie spider plants. I don't know if you guys remember, I did a spring mantle. I think it was an Easter mantle or a spring mantle, and I put a couple of these bonnie spider plants on the mantle, and they're still there, doing great, looking amazing. And it's kind of a low light spot. It's kind of surprising. These are so beautiful. There's some baby golden pothos in a 4-inch size, and then for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this plant, but look how beautiful the color is. Hang on, let me find the tag. There it is. Stromanthi, is that how you say that? Trio star. Really interesting. I probably won't ever remember that name. Look at the underside of the leaves. Whoa. Beautiful. There's also some blooming bromeliads, which are really nice with the nice white variegation. Okay, more cyclamen in a couple different colors of pink. There's some monkey cup plants, which are bug-eating, like carnivorous plants right there. Ooh, I'm really bad at keeping these alive. They want way more humidity and way more moisture than I ever give any houseplant ever. I try, but I didn't take any of these home because I know what's going to happen to them. Then there's always some really cute pre-potted things to pick up. It's nice to like find a little gift. Like if you need to come find a little gift quick to give to somebody and you don't need, or want to put something together, it's nice to find a few things like that. Bunch of gorgeous succulents. Echeverias, euphorbias, haworthias, all kinds of beautiful things here. Let's kind of pan over it. Oh, so pretty. There's some sedums. Ooh, look at these euphorbias. These are always so weird to me. I don't know if I like these or not. Pachyverias back in there. Ooh, some black prince echeverias here. Ooh, these are neat too. Look at these. These are called little Warty. Ogon sedum. I love having some of these available. Like when I'm doing a little arrangement of some kind, I love to have a little bit of a trailing texture. Uh-oh. Oh, shame. I didn't do that on purpose. Here, we'll stick it down in the pot. It'll create roots. We're good. Oh my, look at these red Man Agaves. No, these are a Man Agave. Those are beautiful. Wonderful ivy. I actually come in here sometimes and grab filler plants for containers because there's always some really nice trailers. Like right now I could put these ivies outside even with our cold temperatures and they do great. Evergreen, wonderful. More beautiful cyclamen. And then look at just rack after rack after rack of plants. Plants hanging down, plants everywhere. Okay, I guess let's look at this rack here. Dracaenas on the bottom, flapjacks, kalanchoe here, Portulacaria, the variegata here, elephant bush, I think is what it's called, and then there's string of turtles. I actually had never seen string of turtles before. There's string of hearts right there, but these are really interesting and they're really thick leaves. More euphorbias just in smaller containers, and then there's this is a euphorbia called a Medusa. Isn't that strange? They look like pine cones, like immature pine cones kind of. More Dracaenas here. There's actually string of dolphins. These are like a highly sought after one. There's gorgeous string of dolphins here. There's this one that caught my eye earlier actually. They're so full and beautiful. Burrow's tail, sedum. There's some senecio, peperomias, just a whole bunch of, little scheffleras down here, little Dracaenas down here. Ooh, I like this. This is a Crassula. Is it a socialist? Is that what you say, a socialist? Look at that. Little petite looking plant. Cotyledon. Is that how you say that? Anyway, bear's paw. Super thick leaves. Look at that. Really cool. Peperomias that have a little bit more of a burgundy, like the undersides are kind of pink burgundy with pink stems. These are getting ready to bloom. There's coffee plants down here. Looks like more Man Agaves. Lipstick. This is called Purple Star lipstick plant. There is this epiphyllum. This is one I don't think I've ever had one of these before. They're really cool looking. They look like my hedge trimmer, actually, or like crimped hair, maybe. A few bowls of mixed succulents, string of pearls up there, huge kalanchoes with beautiful coloring on the edges, Sansevieria right here, and a frizzle sizzle, and a train. I will probably see Benjamin running out after the train here pretty soon. There's a Diskidia. Now this one is called Cascade Variegata. I have a Diskidia that's like, I guess just a regular variety that's all green. It's a little bit darker green. They are so amazing. I had never taken care of one before, and I have one in our bedroom, and our bedroom isn't super bright. So it gets fairly low light, and it gets fairly consistent watering, like every week to 10 days or so. And it's just doing great. Like a year, I think I've had it for about a year now. Little aloe plants there. And there's some other gorgeous Man Agaves. This one is called Pineapple Express right here. And that is an agave right there. There are some beautiful zebra plants, or Haworthia is the botanical name. Look how cute that is. That's a cute shaped pot right there. There's more money trees here. Before we leave the sunny section, I'm just gonna kind of spin around here and we're gonna look at the back side. So we were just looking through all of these, so we'll look through this rack next. There's a string of bananas. Like these are robust bananas right here. They look really good. There's a Nephthydus on a pole. This is a Janet Craig Dracaena, I think. I'm actually remembering quite a few names. I'm kind of surprised. There's a black goldfish plant right here. Really love the pink undersides and the glossy foliage there. Some really pretty palms. Neanthbella, something like that. These always get spider mites for me. No thank you. Peperomia with a little bit more silver variegation. There's an apple leaf croton, which has the bright yellow speckles. Peperomia called Rana Verde. It's really pretty. I don't think I've had this variety before. This leaf right here reminds me of the same color of plain the blue salvia. It has that like a sheen, and it almost looks like velvety, beautiful medium sage green. Peperomia called Frost. And then just a mixed bag succulents up here. Beautiful string of hearts. Look at this. They're so nice. And they are kind of folded up, so you can unfold them, and it's easier for transport if you leave them kind of up, but they will trail down. Right here, there's a Senecio. And then this one is a string of needles. See that? A string of needles? Look at that. Almost looks like an asparagus fern or esque, you know. More Pilea right here. The front side of this display, there's a reverse spider plant is what it's called here. Cyclamen. There's some philodendron. This is called Birkin philodendron. I bought one of these last year. Sorry, the fans are going, so it's kind of making the light weird here. Hang on. See that? Fan's going. Okay, I turned the fans off, so hopefully, I didn't notice that before. Hopefully that wasn't making any difference on what we were looking at before. Anyway, beautiful pink cyclamen, and then I love this container. I bought one of these. So it's got like a little handle up here, little iron or metal, I don't know if that's iron, whatever. Metal with terracotta. This one they put succulents in. I have some type of oregano in mine. It's really pretty. Ooh, here's a big Birkin philodendron. Oh, look at that. That is so beautiful. This shape, the leaves, this one's much older than those other ones right there. Okay, we're gonna move this direction here. There's some ferns right back here. There's lots of different ferns on the back side too that we'll look at. More cyclamen with a brighter pink. Some Philodendron Brazil in a smaller size. These are a bird's nest fern called Chrissy, I think. Nope, Leslie, I was close. Right behind them, there are some ferns. These are a button fern, lemon button, right here. Aren't those really neat? And then another type of ficus. This one, I actually picked one of these up, is well, this is Ficus Audrey, which is what we looked at, right? Is that right? No, that seems more right. Ficus umbrellata. I think that's proper. I don't know, those look like the same plant, right? So one of them's mistagged. I think it might be umbrellata because that looks like a more umbrella-esque, right? I don't know. I bought one, so I should probably do a little research so I know what to do exactly, but I really like how huge these leaves are. Really beautiful. More ferns hanging from the bird cage here. And ZZ plants. If you are a beginner with houseplants, ZZ plants are one of the best plants you could ever buy. They are so forgiving, you don't have to hardly ever water them, and they can take very low light. Same with Sansevieria. In this area, that's a neat bench, isn't it? There's like a little storage shelf below it. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. But maidenhair ferns down there, plant looking for a reason to die right there. Oh, I love them, but I don't love them. There's a Calathea called Beauty Star right here. Look at those. Look at the pink stripes. And there's a bunch of different varieties of fern around here. So these are a 4-inch size. This one is, I don't even know that they actually have labels, but there's a fern there. There's some little itty bitty staghorn ferns. How cute. Look at this, little 2 1/4-inch size pots. They look great. They look better than a lot of 4-inch size ones that I see around. This is a fern called rabbit foot, fairly common one, beautiful. This is a Calathea called Majorca. Beautiful markings. This is a 4-inch size right here. Undersides, just as interesting. A Calathea called Consina, I think. Yep. That one is beautiful. That one looks perfect. Perfection in a plant. More pink cyclamen. There's some orbifolia Calathea right here. So we've got the striping, the silver, green, bigger, bolder leaves right here, kind of rounded. Kangaroo paw fern right down here. There's some peace lilies. Back here, this is another area that's super hard to display houseplants in. In fact, you'll see there's just a couple of saucers back here because this area gets absolutely no natural light. So everything will have to move forward. Peace lilies, though, are one of the more forgiving plants for light situations. They can take super, super wet soil. So if you tend to be very heavy-handed in the watering department, which a lot of people are, I used to be, this is a really forgiving plant that way, and they actually prefer very, very moist soil, and then they produce those really beautiful white blooms. And then, of course, low light as well. Back here, there are some darker pink cyclamen, which these leaves look more silvery on top. What is this variety? Synchro wine. I like that. And Calathea zebrina right here. And this area, we actually call this the pot wall because, well, there's pots everywhere. There's the terracotta pots, and then it usually swings around to kind of more decorative. There's like a gray terracotta line right here, which is awesome. And then all kinds of different saucers and different shapes and such. And then in the wintertime, a lot of pots from outside end up coming in here. And somehow they get them all to fit. I remember when I was down here working, it was like a goal of mine to fit every last bit of anything left outside that could possibly come inside. I would clean it up, either stain it, whatever, and bring it in here and display it. And some years, like, we'd have more stuff than others, and I would have stuff stacked to the ceiling. And it was like a dance in here trying to get everything to fit. But it always worked out somehow, even with like a finite amount of space. We made it work, and it was really kind of fun, kind of a fun challenge. Okay, we just have one more area, which is kind of along this blue wall on the back side of this plant display. So right here, there's the white cyclamen. I bought 3 of these. I don't know if I already said that, but I bought 3 of them because they're gorgeous. They look so pure. Kangaroo paw ferns. There's some more Calatheas up there. This wall has been many fun colors throughout the years. Blues are really fun and fresh right now. There's some more Rex Begonias here, which are a deeper red and smaller definitely than the first ones we looked at. Ooh, that's the mother of all aloes. My goodness, look at these plants. They're huge. And then on the back side of this display, there's a few ferns. Aryan ferns, I believe is the name. There's a larger staghorn fern down there, and then more Calatheas. I don't think I missed anything. Maybe there's some carex in here too. I did miss those. And these ferns on the ground. Most likely I could walk back through and see a lot of things that I missed the first time. That's what it's like in stores like this one and shops that have like tons of different things. I love those kind of shops where you can walk through multiple different times and you're like, oh, I didn't see that before, because there's just so much to take in. And that's how I feel with all of these plants. There's so many beautiful options for different light situations and different like spaces, different like small spaces and larger spaces. That's when it's fun to look through a houseplant load like this, where you feel like I can find anything for any spot in my house instead of being limited, you know? So anyway, I just thought you guys might enjoy coming down here. It's just a change of pace, see something a little bit different. It just made me so excited when I came down here the other day. Like I thought, oh, you guys would really enjoy it. So anyway, like I said, you'll probably see a video here in the next week or two where I pot up what I bought and place them around the house. And I'm gonna be doing kind of an overhaul anyway, kind of do that every fall. When it starts to get cold, I start, thinking about repotting if I need to, or, just general cleanup, or even tossing some of the plants that I have that are just kind of struggling and not doing well. So, or almost dead. I've got a couple that are just like one stem, and it's time for something fresh. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.